Oh my god, did we just found out who Satoshi Nakamoto is? Because yes, the Bitcoin white paper is hidden on every Apple and MacBook device. So guys, we're going to find out who placed this message today, and could it be a hint about the whole mystery about Satoshi Nakamoto? Guys, we're going to find out all of that in today's video, but not only that, we're also going to look at the price movement of Bitcoin, because yes, on the weekly chart we can see that Bitcoin is still underneath this major resistance. So we're going to find out which levels we could reach, and are we going to see a retracement before we are going to see a massive pump towards the upside. Guys, if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, and most importantly, activate the bell so that you always stay up to date. Welcome back to B for Crypto, and yes guys, the crypto market is getting very excited at the moment, because yes, we are holding this major resistance at the moment. But guys, are we going to see this massive pump towards the upside? Guys, we're first going to start on the weekly chart for Bitcoin to find out what we could expect. So we're going to take the Fibonacci retracement tool and we're going to drag it from the top all the way to the bottom that we have found for Bitcoin. And yes, then we can see exactly the 38.2 is exactly at this major resistance zone where the price of Bitcoin is holding at the moment, because yes, we can clearly see that we have this major resistance box that goes all the way from the levels of 28,392 all the way to the top to $31,500. So at the moment we can see that Bitcoin has a lot of resistance in these areas, but if we're going to break this level, then yes, we could expect that Bitcoin will at least come up to the 50% level until we're going to see this next retracement. And yes guys, we can see that the 100 moving average on the weekly chart is exactly in these areas. So yes, we could expect this next pump towards the upside, reaching all the way into these levels of $32,000 for Bitcoin, until we're going to see the next consolidation and maybe the next push towards the levels of the 61.8, which would be exactly at the $38,900 for Bitcoin. So guys, this is going to be our long-term perspective of Bitcoin. But guys, are we going to see a correction before we're going to break this major resistance? Yes guys, maybe we're going to see this dump all the way down to the levels of round about 25,460, because yes, first of all, we can see we have the 200 moving average on the weekly chart exactly there, and also the 13 EMA, which is represented by this white line exactly in these levels. And normally what the price of Bitcoin does, it breaks the 13 EMA towards the upside, and then we're going to see this massive pump, but then the price comes all the way back down to retest the 13 EMA. And at the moment, after this massive pump where we broke the $22,600 level, we didn't come back towards the 13 EMA. But if we're going to see a consolidation in this area, this would mean that the 13 EMA would come all the way up into these levels. But guys, maybe we're going to see a small dump towards the downside and come all the way back down to the 100 moving average and also the 13 EMA, and a retest at this very important zone round about the $25,600 level. Because yes, we can see we have this major support box exactly in these levels. So yes guys, maybe we could expect that Bitcoin will see a retracement towards these levels until we're going to see the next breakout. But guys, let's go on the daily chart to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. So over on the daily chart, yes, we can see that we are perfectly holding this trend line towards the upside. And guys, at the moment we can see that this major resistance box is having this major resistance exactly at the levels of 28,460, where we can see that the price of Bitcoin tries to break out but fails and dumps towards the downside. So yes guys, this is actually not a good sign, because yes, this is telling us that we have major resistance in these areas. But guys, we can still see that this is bullish for Bitcoin. And why guys? We're going to go on the lower time frames on the 4-hour chart to find out why this is still bullish for Bitcoin. After we have had this dump from the FOMC meeting and also the FUD from Binance, we can see that Bitcoin is still forming higher lows, and that is very bullish for Bitcoin. And yes guys, we can see that the price movement of Bitcoin tries to break out and fails, but it also tries to break down towards the downside, but it also fails. And that is extremely bullish for Bitcoin, because this tells us that yes, a lot of buyers are waiting to buy exactly in these areas each time when Bitcoin comes down towards the downside. So we could expect that over the Easter weekend we're going to see a sideways movement for Bitcoin, maybe also a fake out towards the downside. But guys, I expect that we're going to stay in this range in between the $28,400 level and between the $26,700 level. Because yes, we can clearly see that Bitcoin is trading within this range. So we could expect that yes, Bitcoin is maybe going to see this fake out towards the downside, but I expect that we're going to hold this level and that we're going to see a massive breakout towards the upside. But over the weekend, I expected we're not going to see a lot of volatility, so I could expect that we're going to see a sideways movement until Bitcoin is going to decide to break out of this range. So yes guys, we could expect a major move coming next week. So guys, if you want to buy crypto on the spot market, make sure to go down in the video description below and sign up with my BITGET link, where you receive a massive deposit bonus. And guys, you can trade Bitcoin on the leverage market, but also buy Bitcoin and hold it in your long-term portfolio. But guys, let's go over to the news and find out, is Steve Jobs really Satoshi Nakamoto? And yes guys, the Bitcoin white paper is hidden on every Apple and MacBook device. And more importantly, where does this message come from? So if we scroll down and we read this paragraph, then we can see, now one may wonder, of all the documents, why the Bitcoin white paper is hidden on the Apple devices. Well, there is not much information available about this online. However, this gives rise of speculations and unproven theories that the secret Bitcoin maxi could be working at Apple. That said, that the white paper could also just merged by a convenient, lightweight, multiple PDF testing purpose that was not meant to be seen by the end user. So guys, yes, maybe this could have been just a joke from a Bitcoin maxi, but do you really think that in a big company and a program company like Apple, they would just allow somebody to just place random documents in a program in the default settings? Guys, I don't think this is going to be the case, but let's go over to the next article to find out even more guys. He appeared out of the ether in 2008 and disappeared just as abruptly 3 years later after establishing the world's first cryptocurrency. And yes guys, this was Satoshi Nakamoto, and guys, on April 23rd, 2011, he sent a farewell email to a fellow Bitcoin developer. So let's find out what he wrote. So we could see that Satoshi Nakamoto replied on the 23rd of April that yes, I've moved on to other things. It is in good hands with Gavin and everyone. But yes guys, we will never solve this mystery who Satoshi Nakamoto is, but guys, this is a major coincidence, or is it the same person that we're talking about, that Satoshi Nakamoto is actually Steve Jobs? Who knows, but maybe this is going to stay a mystery. But guys, I don't think that just a random worker for Apple and a Bitcoin maxi placed this folder in the default settings of Apple. I think this would have been noticed. But guys, if you want to find out if this is on your Apple device, you have to go to System, Library, Image Capture, and you can find it exactly here. I'll leave a link in the video description below. The most important fact is that you have to buy Bitcoin, because yes, it's obvious guys, the banks are collapsing and Bitcoin is still holding strong, and maybe yes, we're having some problems at this resistance, but if we're going to see this pullback and this breakthrough towards the upside, this is really going to be a major pump towards the upside, and you need to buy Bitcoin exactly now. And if you want to buy Bitcoin on the spot market, make sure to use my BITGET link in the video description below, where you receive a massive deposit bonus. So guys, if you like this content, please leave a comment, smash up the like button and subscribe, and make sure to be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.